Hello everybody. Welcome. Dzień dobry. My name is Lachowicz and I'm a founder and owner of a company called Dekko Interiors, working in London. And last time I was giving a speech here in Krakow was in my student years when I was head of my class. And yes, I studied here in Krakow on University of Science and Technology with specializations of environmental protection, which has got nothing to do with my life right now, although it was really, really interesting and nice. As I was really thrilled to receive the invitation to stand in front of you here. And that thrill is a paralyzing type, so please forgive me. I'm not a very good key speaker, just starting with that. So let me just tell you a little bit about my business. I work, as I said, in London in the construction, new build. So these are the building sites my company fits the furniture for. So we do kitchens, we do designing, whole project management. This is like 300, 500 apartments we fit with the kitchens. We do for them also wardrobes, vanities, everything that is done with the furniture. I bring the furniture from Poland. I have a whole team in London that fits it for me, and a whole office full of people, designers that do it for me. Reception desks we do as well. So anything that to do. So just a few months ago, I felt the same paralyzing thrill when my name was announced a winner of a UK NatWest Everywoman award. Really didn't expect it, never looked for any award. It was really amazing to be chosen. And that thrill actually turned into realization, what I've achieved, and that achievement can be actually inspiring. So that's the reason why I'm here today in front of you talking about my business. So what I'm going to be talking to you about today, I'm going to be talking about some very important life skills, skills that will help you through every aspect of your life, and skills that I truly believe in, skills that I believe that it's worth investing and spending time on developing. And why I want to talk about it, because they've been so influential through my life and my personal development and my well-being, hence I want to share it with you. And I want to share my knowledge. I believe in those abilities that will change your life and your future. So what are those essential skills that you should have in personal toolbox talk? It's confidence, it's bravery, it's following your dreams, taking down barriers and overcoming challenges. So I'm going to be talking to you about my perception on each of those skills and give you examples how they benefited me while I created my company. And these skills were instrumental in helping me to my company to build, and over 5 years I've turned over exceeding £10 million. And that's a very big achievement in 5 years.
Is it annual? Is it annual? £10 million annual?
Annual. Last year I've closed 5, so totally 10 million.
Oh, wow.
So let's start with the confidence. So for me, the confidence is actually just the proper knowledge. My business in the construction industry, so I quite often had to go on a meeting full of project manager, older directors, more experienced, mostly men, and there I come, and the only thing I had on me is the proper knowledge, the little experience I had, and how well I was prepared for that meeting. That's why I think that gives you confidence, when you know what you're talking about, when you are having that, you did your homework, you prepared yourself for it. So at that point, it's probably worth to mention as well self-confidence. So self-confidence is a skill that could be self-taught. It could be practiced, mastered like any other skill. And so it's important in life to feel positive. Then sometimes when you don't really feel like you quite even there, and you have a world on your shoulder, it's good to just fake it, believe it, know that it's going to be okay. Many people are focusing on the problems ahead of them rather than making positive changes, what they can do good. So we have those, I believe we have those voices in our head, sometimes on the shoulders, that tell you things, and they can tell you good and bad things. They can tell you you're not good enough, you don't say anything, no one cares what you've got to say. And there are voices who will say, you're smart, you can do it. And it's good to realize we have them. And really, when you listen to yourself, there will be always this unsure. Just put the volume down on the one that are negative. Just listen up. Where are those positive ones that will build you up, that will make you feel good and strong? So just think about which one are helpful for me, which one I want to listen to. And if you want to achieve a great success, you will, before you convince the whole world about it, and maybe more like investors or people you're about to employ, you really need to convince yourself. You need to sit down and think, I can do it. I need to believe in myself so other people can believe in me. So the next point I want to talk to you about is bravery. So we can say the bravery is lack of fear. I really love that slide, what really fear means for somebody. So it could mean forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. It's your choice. It's as simple as that. I love that explanation. I am brave. I am. Keep repeating it to yourself until you believe it. I couldn't say I felt really brave and I overthinked it when I opened a business with 3 kids in the house. My little daughter was just 3 months old when I decided I'm going to open a business. And from my living room, from my dining table, I started to work with those construction businesses. I will tell you later about what type of challenges I had to go through in the beginning. But sometimes it's just going for it. I didn't feel that I was inspired or anything. I just felt the risk. But I had this inspiration to create something. And it was all challenging, impossible, emotionally draining, but I wanted that thrill that I had when I was running that business. So following your dreams. In my life, I had many inspirational moments. I read books, or more, not read them right now. I do more audiobooks at the moment. So audiobooks, I love audiobooks. I do a lot of them. I do them when I travel, on a plane, in a car, when I do house chores. I've got always headphones and I listen to the books like a maniac. And they all self-development books, knowledge books. And every stage of my life, if I need I'm not sure what to do. Like when I started to be managing director and I had people to manage, I was like, I don't know how to do it. And then started to read books. So what it is how it is to be a leader. It's not something that you're born and you are a leader. You can get the knowledge. Doesn't mean that I follow the books, but there are some good knowledge that you can get from different books. So the book I want to mention to you, that with the Following the Dream, one of my first books I've read, was The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And there was a movie about it. I don't know if anyone read it or seen the movie. If not, really strongly recommend. Very strongly inspirational. And with that book, that's something that was interesting. That what I remember, that is essential to specify what you really want. It's specify what is the good life or what is success really means for you, because it's a very personal think what is success for different people. So don't complain, I don't have a good life, if you never specified what a good life is. It's just impossible. So if the time permits, I also go to the different fairs, events, conferences like this one. I love it. I always look for some knowledge and inspiration. And I remember 5 years ago when I started my business, first months, I went to that conference in London called Beyond the Secret. There was a Brock Rector there talking about it, and they said a little bit more that secret is one thing, because secret is imagining it, but then beyond the secret is you just need to get up from a sofa and do something. You cannot just sit and dream what the big dream I want to have, is get up and do something about it. And he asked us to make some notes, and I always carry a notepad with me because you never know what's in a. I can see many of you have a notepad. It's a really beautiful thing. I've got notepad full of notes, and I review them. And that was really interesting one, because on that conference he said you need to specify what you want, and I was on that stage of creating that company. He said you need to think big. Because if you think in the small steps, or more probably I will do it like that, and it's just too much, then you will never achieve it, because even your mind cannot imagine. It's just like, I want to be a millionaire, but if your mind cannot imagine you can be, how you can ever get there if your imagination is your limitation? So at the time I wrote those numbers, and he said, every year just put what you're going to turn over. Year after year, and there I am from my living room, small business, and I put, on the first year I'm going to turn over $1 million. I did a whole plan of a profit and turnover, and if I open that notepad today, I exactly achieved year after year what I've wrote down there. I did. I dreamed big, and I've achieved it. That was really huge inspiration. And one thing I remember from that conference, my life motto, maybe silly, but I really love it and I live by it, is you need to do a lot of things you love in life, a little you like, and avoid doing things you hate. So that's what my life motto is, and that's what I took from this. So write it down. Risk taking. So risk-taking, I couldn't believe the definition I found in Collins dictionary. It means action which might have unpleasant and undesirable results. How negative is that? So after reading definition like that, I don't think you want to go for any risk. You're thinking maybe not, unpleasant, undesirable. So when it comes to the risk-taking, I believe it's not really a skill that you can learn. There are people who are more risk-takers and there are people who would rather play safe in life, although that will not define if you're gonna be successful or not, yes? I'm definitely a risk-taker, but at the same time I do my homework. I understand the importance of implementations and following through with the plan that you have. So since it might not be everyone's attitude to have a risk and going for a risk, there is few things you can do to reduce the risk, and that's probably good planning. So I always had a good plan, how I'm gonna do it. Business plan is essential, not just throwing ideas in the air and see what it is, because that's, I would say, a stupid risk, not a proper risk to take. Breaking down barriers. So here I am, a young girl from Poland in a big London, opening a business in the construction industry. So you can imagine how many barriers and stereotypes I had to go through to achieve the success. And every time I had a small success, I had that feeling to push me through. I was proud of myself, little steps, not that I had to achieve, open a huge business, but every small step keep me pushing, going to the front, thinking, that's good, I've achieved something. And even there was some mistakes or failures, they would never give me a step backwards. But that's also a step forward, thinking, okay, so that's not the way, I've tried it, it's not really, let me do a step backwards, rethinking what I've done wrong, and keep on going front. I never do step backwards in my journey, and that's how, you know, breaking barriers is. So because I cared really so much for my clients, I cared for the reputation, happiness of the client was so important. That's why I think the company grew so fast and so strong. I've never spent any money on the marketing, sales, I never had to. It was all the way for reputation and caring for the client and giving them a good service, no matter what, and just working hard. So the next skill that I've mentioned to you before is overcoming tremendous challenges. I've put you photos here of a Tough Mudder. Tough Mudder is a race that we do with my team. This is my team there. It's bigger right now. So every year we go in for the Tough Mudder. We overcoming challenges. We run 10 miles and then we go in for different obstacles and then mud. It's lots of fun. But that's not the type of challenges I want to tell you about. But actually very good team building exercise we do. So the first challenge I had, and you can imagine a new business, I didn't have any money to start with, was the money. And the cash flow, it's so important to follow the cash flow. Be careful with the money. Understanding that if you don't have the money on the bank account, doesn't mean that you're not doing good. Or if you have them, doesn't mean that you're doing good. Understanding that money on a bank account has nothing to do with how well the company is doing. I remember my accountant told me in the first year, I said like to him, oh my God, I keep on working and my bank account is keep on being empty. There's no money on the bank account. He said, that's good. He said, that's a good sign, meaning the money are moving. And he said, every time you will start seeing money on your account, it's a bad sign. Just don't count on that. I really remember, that helps me because there's never money there. But that's good because they always are turning. They're always in the move. They always making money makes money. And that's what's important to understand with that you cannot start overspending money. If you want to grow a big business, for me it's just being careful, not overspend it, and you need to build your capital to turn more and more. To turn 5 millions, you need to have 5 millions. So in the beginning, what I've learned as a very big starter, a very big small starter, that if you don't have money, no one is interested to lend you and even talk to you about money. It's only when I have money right now, the banks are knocking, oh, can I give you money? I said, now? When I came to you like years ago, no one wanted to talk to me about investing in my business and helping me to start. And so that's the unfortunately world we're living in. So that's where the family comes, friends. It's not comfortable, but sometimes necessary for me. It was help from everyone because beginnings were difficult to get the money to start going on. It was just maybe a little bit negotiations with the suppliers on the good payment terms with the clients so they can pay me a little bit earlier. And at that time as well, I came with this idea I need to do something to help with the finance. So I started a little retail shop as well. So I was selling kitchens on eBay. So because I knew that an engine will help me to bring the money up front. So the people pay you up front and then you bring them goods later. So this way the money, I was getting money. But that was just a tool to help me with my big business. And then I will tell you later, I did stop that. It was just at the beginning to help me out with the cash. So the next challenge I want to talk about employment, really, really difficult for me. I'll tell you why, because when I worked first year from my living room and kitchen, and then I really decided that I can't do it anymore, I need to rent the office and find my first employee. Firstly, finding a first employee, that was a big challenge. But then, my business was like a baby for me, and then there I am, someone comes to work and then needs to, I work so hard for reputation, and the idea that someone can make a mistake was paralyzing. So there she comes to work, and poor girl, she didn't work long because she was only allowed to make me a coffee and open letters. I said, don't do any invoices, no orders, no, you will not talk to the clients. So it took me months, really, or if not years, to develop the trust that you can employ people, you can trust them, that they do the best they can, and a mistake can happen. The most important thing is that you lead them through it. They don't do it on purpose. You don't employ people who are making mistakes on purpose. And the mistakes are only a journey. It's the way that, so what we did wrong and how we can improve it. And I knew that my clients, even a mistake could happen from me as well, although they never do somehow. But then clients will understand that I'm growing, that a mistake can happen. The most important thing is just to admit that may have happened and tell them what you're going to do, not that to happen again. So I went through all my skills right now. So to summarize my short time with you, I would like to revisit the importance of those and developing those skills that I told you about, and they really can make the difference when applied properly. So confidence. I've got some nice quotes for you from some people. So always be confident and believe in yourself. And Blake Lively said the most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. I really like that. I sometimes just use it inside me when I talk to myself. Like, remember, just put your confidence on and go on for that meeting. Bravery. So bravery is not lack of fear, but ability to move forward in spite of fear. And Victor Hugo said, curiosity is one of the forms of the feminine bravery. Following your dream. So some people will tell you no, and you need to find something you believe in so hard that you just smile and tell them, watch me. Learn to take rejection as motivations to prove people wrong. Risk-taking. So taking risks shows confidence and helps you stand out, but always take calculated risks. And Mike Zuckerberg said, the biggest risk is not taking any risk in a world that is so changing, and only strategy is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Is that not true right now? And breaking down barriers, remember there are no constraints on the human mind, no wall around the human spirit, no barriers to our progress except those we ourselves erect. And overcoming challenges, everyone will have challenges on the life path, but remember that failing over and over again is how you learn to succeed over and over again. And the last quote that I want you to maybe remember me by J.K. Rowling says, it's impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Thank you very much and have a good day.